Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you've been here before, thank you so much for returning. So today's video is completely different. This is a Q&A. So a couple of weeks ago, I asked you guys to leave me questions on the community tab. If you had any questions, it didn't matter what it was. Nothing was off topic as long as it wasn't too personal. And just like today, if it's too personal, I won't ask, or I'll just give a very limited answer. So I'm gonna just hop right straight to the video, and I hope you guys enjoy. Oh, one last thing, if you guys have any other questions or want me to answer a question more in depth, drop those in the comments and I will do a follow-up video if you guys are interested. So all right y'all, straight to the video. Okay, so the first question I got, and I'm not going to use names just because I don't know if people are comfortable with having their names out there, even though they posted it on the community tab. So I'll keep it simple. And I'm looking at my computer, y'all. I'm not crazy. I'm looking at my computer. So the first question I have is, what are some of the hardest items that I've found to stay stocked up on, both food and non-food? All right, y'all. So I would say, as far as food goes, it would be definitely snacks. Snacks by far are the thing we have a hard time keeping stocked in the house. So beef jerky, Talkies, y'all, my ginger ale. My ginger ale I cannot keep in the house, y'all. My kids keep drinking the ginger ale. It's driving me crazy. So I think I may have to store it in my room. So I would say those are like the main three items that we have a hard time keeping stocked in the house. As far as non-food items, definitely paper towels and toilet tissue and paper plates, but I mean that we go through those on a normal basis anyways. But I would definitely say toilet tissue. Like we go through that, I mean, a week, probably several packs. So I told you guys in a previous video that I need to work on my kids because y'all, that's a struggle. So I hope I answered that question for you. Next question is, how long have I been prepping and what got me started? So I've only been prepping since August of this year. And what got me prepping basically was just the times we're in, y'all, if I'm being completely honest with you. It's just so much of the unknown. And when this virus first started back in March of this year, I found myself being one of those people that had to run to the store and grab a few things. And so we normally stay pretty stocked up in the house. Like our cabinets are always full. Thank you, God, for that. But as far as our meats, I felt like I could use more. So I remember waiting at a local like butcher for them to open. I was like probably like the 20th person in line that morning for them to open at 9 or 9:30, and I got there about 30 minutes prior to opening because, you know, my local stores like Food Lion, Walmart, Sam's, anywhere you can typically buy meat from, y'all, they were completely out. The only thing I really ran into were things like lamb chops, and that's just something we weren't interested in. So I remember standing outside waiting for the butcher to open, just to go in there and get basic things like chicken, pork, and things of that nature. So I said never again. And then I started hearing about, you know, possible food shortages as well. So with having a large family, for me, it was very important to make sure that we take care of our family and not to get caught short and having to run out, like if God forbid we get shut down, you know, again. It's just that I know I don't have to go out and run out and fight people in the stores, not fight, you know, literally fight people, but just go through the crowd and, you know, all the craziness that you may have to deal with out in the streets, just, you know, trying to get food, because people at the end of the day have to take care of their family and have to make sure they have food. And when it comes to your food and family, a lot of people are willing to do whatever it takes at all costs to make sure that their families are fed. So next question. What do I do for a living, and do I plan on making YouTube a full-time thing? Okay, so what I do for a living, I'm going to keep this, I'm going to try to not say exactly what I do for a living, but I will say that I work in healthcare, and I've worked in healthcare since I was like really young. I mean, I would say since I was like 20 years old, I've been in healthcare on and off. Right now, I work with people, let's see how I can say this. I work with people that need transplants, if that answers your question. So, you know, I know that's pretty broad, but yeah, to answer the question, just because I don't want to go too much into depth about what I do for a living, I can just keep it at a minimum and tell you I work in healthcare. I love what I do. I love healthcare. I don't think that there's another profession for me to do. I do actually plan on going back to school soon. just so I can broaden what I can do in the healthcare field. But yes, I work in healthcare, and I work with people who are in need of transplants. The next question that I have is, you mentioned that you are moving in a few months. Are you staying in the area that you live in now, or moving to another part of your state or area of the country? And when you do move, are you moving your prepper pantry? Okay, y'all. So I am definitely living or staying in the area or around the area that we live in now, at least within like a 30-minute radius. As far as I know, that is a plan. However, depending on if we decide to build or if we buy like a pre-built home or a previous owned home, that will make a difference as to where we move. So yeah, I would say we're going to say within 30, okay, I'll even stretch it to 45 minutes of where we live now. We love the area that we live in now. We actually just relocated to this area probably within the last 3 or 4 years. I am originally from North Carolina. I was born and raised in North Carolina, but we lived in that part of North Carolina up until about 3 or 4 years ago, when we moved to the area that we live in now. And yeah, so just different parts of North Carolina, but born and raised here. Both of us, both myself and my husband and our kids, are born and raised here. Oh, and I do intend on moving the prepper pantry. In one of my last few videos, I mentioned being kind of stressed about moving those, because we do plan on hiring movers. That's like non-negotiable. That is a cost that I've already told my husband that we have to factor in. I refuse to move just with us again. It's too much, y'all. it's too much. I cannot. So we do plan on moving the prepper pantry. And I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, y'all, sorry about that. I had an issue with my phone. So yeah, so my biggest thing is I've had a lot of suggestions just to use like totes. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. As far as moving them, that's another situation. So I've had a couple of people ask, like, do I want to use like a... Y'all, my daughter's trying to get some. It's okay, just grab it. I thought you'd just grab it. Y'all, she's trying to grab some stuff that's in my room in the middle of recording. Okay, so I've had a couple of people suggest that I rent like a small truck. So I'm thinking like a small U-Haul or possibly a pod. Somebody mentioned using or renting a pod, and a pod is actually a pretty good idea, just because I mean I think they're pretty pricey, so I will have to check into the cost. But it allows us to pack at our own rate, which may be good. But then again, it's summer, so I'm kind of concerned about that. I don't want it to get infested with ants and things of that nature. So we'll see. But yeah, I definitely plan on taking my prepper pantry. I mean, as much food as we go through, I can't imagine just leaving it. I mean, and again, we're only going within like a 30 to 45 minute radius to where we live. Thank you for that question. The next question is, we're all prepped up, or well, here's one for you. Are you all prepped up, and do you have enough food for at least 6 months? And that they love this channel. So thank you. I'm so happy you love my channel, y'all. And I thank you, each and every one of you guys, for that, that support me. I truly appreciate you. You guys are awesome. I am definitely stocked up for 6 months. I would say right now, if I can guess, and I kind of need to get more accurate, but as far as where I'm at, but I think I definitely have enough food for about 9 months right now. So there's definitely room for improvement, but I feel comfortable saying that I have 9 months worth of food right now in my house. Another question is, what software do I use to edit and, what software do you use to edit and do your thumbnail? Okay, to use, let's see. We use InShot to both edit the videos and to do the thumbnail, and we also use PixArt. So I will probably right here, you'll probably see something jump up. That way you can see exactly what it is. I know InShot are used on like Apple devices. I don't know that, as far as I know, I don't think you can use it like on Android devices, but yeah. And just to let y'all know, I do record on my phone right now. I didn't feel comfortable going out and buying a camera when I first started YouTube, just because I didn't know, like, I wanted to make sure it was something that I actually did and uploaded frequently and just stuck to prior to spending hundreds of dollars on a camera. But now that I'm in it and I enjoy what I do, I'm going to get a camera. I just have to figure out what camera that's going to be. But for now, my phone works just fine. What made you want to share your stockpile and haul on YouTube? Okay, y'all. So as of right now, to answer your question, I have not shared my stockpile. I think I will share my stockpile at some point, maybe within the next week to 2 weeks. I've kind of been on the fence about that. I know a lot of people are saying that it's not safe to share the stockpile. Let me know what you guys think. It's like, it's not safe to share your stockpile, but at the same time, I share my hauls with you guys, so it's kind of like, why not? So yeah, just let me know what you guys think. If you guys are interested in seeing a full pantry tour, definitely let me know in the comments. Yeah, and we'll go from there. But what made me want to share my hauls on YouTube is, I started out doing cleaning videos and things of that nature, which I also will be uploading more of those soon. So I want my channel, this is kind of going off topic, I want my channel to kind of be like an all-around channel. I like prepping and enjoy prepping very much, and it's very addicting, but I just don't want it to consist like strictly of prepping. I want cleaning to be in there. I want eventually to move and have my family and my husband. If you guys want to like see my family, let me know if you guys would be interested in us doing family vlogs and just having my husband come on here. He can do a Q&A if you guys have any questions for us, or if you want to meet him, just let me know in the comments and we'll see what we can do. But just sharing my hauls is kind of like, why not? I grocery shop a lot, and it's something I do in general, so it's like, why not share it with the world? And yeah, that's pretty much, I hope that answers your question. It's probably not the best answer, but basically I had already started filming on YouTube, and I figured, why not just add that to the mix? Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me go back to the question. The person that asked me what I do for a living, and am I planning on making YouTube a full-time thing, I did not answer that question. As far as making a YouTube a full-time thing, I don't want to say that I will never, like that I won't quit my job and just focus on YouTube solely, but it kind of depends. I don't think that YouTube, you can solely depend on YouTube. Well, I can't personally as of right now. Now, I will say that YouTube can definitely, like what I'm making now since I became monetized, I can definitely pay a few bills being on YouTube, but it's not enough to sustain myself and to be able to say, oh yeah, like I'm making YouTube full time and then I'm quitting my job and focusing on YouTube. I pray that if that's God's will for me, that will happen, and that I will be able to quit my job and just focus solely on YouTube. But I've been trying to be more consistent and post like every single day. Will I always be able to post every single day? I'm not sure. But I'm trying to do full time, and sometimes I'll go to the store and I'll film a couple of videos and I'll like post them days out. So just to give you guys content every single day. So even though it looks like I'm posting every day, I'm recording. It's possible that I've gone to several different stores in the same day, if that makes sense. So it's kind of full-time now. Well, not full-time in that sense, but I've heard it's full-time being that I'm uploading every single day. But yeah, it's not full-time in the sense that I'm quitting my job and just, yeah. Next question is, were you named after Apollonia from Purple Rain? Yes, I'm going to say yes to that. Y'all, long story short, I was adopted, so I'm assuming that's where, I've always associated my name with Purple Rain, and when people ask me that, I typically say yes. So I'm gonna assume that yeah, that was the reason why. And if you guys want to know more, or want to know an adoption story, and if I have a relationship with my biological parents, feel free to drop those in the comments, and I'll discuss that in an upcoming video. I'm very open to discussing that. Just let me know, y'all. Next question is, do you find it a struggle to work through the things you prep within their expirations? I started prepping in January and prepped a ton of canned food that I'm now realizing that we don't eat all that much on a normal basis. Wondering how you deal with that, if at all you do. So as of right now, y'all, I just started prepping in August, around the beginning of August, so I haven't had that problem as of yet. But I store what we eat. So like I even have I have tons of canned food. So I have things that like fruit, like canned fruit, and we don't typically eat like a lot of canned fruit, but we do eat it. And that's one of those items that I want in case we can't get fresh fruit. And it's something that I know my kids will eat. And like things like chili beans, my kids will eat like the canned chili beans. So we kind of are going through it now, and I make sure to rotate. As soon as I buy something new from the store, it's going to the back, and I'm pushing what I have to the front. So as of right now, I don't really have that big of an issue, but I would say, if anything, just make sure you're rotating. But I probably wouldn't stock up, if you're not huge in the canned goods, I probably wouldn't stock a whole lot of what I don't eat. And I don't know if you do canning at all either, hun. But maybe you can can some of your own meats as well, so you don't have to maybe buy like the canned actual meat, because you know when you can food, that's actually your food that you're cooking. So that might be a better option. I hope that I answered your question too. Next question is, how old am I? Y'all, I just turned 35 a couple of weeks ago, so my birthday was December the 13th, and I'm officially halfway to 40. Yay. Thank God for that. I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah, I am officially 35 as of right now. How much money have you spent on prepper items? Prepper and pantry items. And they said that they have prep for 5 people, and she's guessing that, let's see, she spent around $3,000 to $4,000 stocking her warehouse. Okay, if I had to estimate, y'all, and I should have showed y'all my receipts. I have all of my receipts. I don't know why I didn't bring those so you guys can see them. It's actually ridiculous the amount I have. I would say, since I started prepping, gosh, I hate to even say this, y'all. I'm judging myself. I probably have spent $7,000 to $8,000 on prepping. Y'all, that's crazy. I would say $7,000 to $8,000. And y'all, that's just not on food. That is food. That is my shelving units that I have, my canning racks, paper towels, toilet tissue, like household items like household cleaners, Lysol wipes, Clorox, personal hygiene items, and things like personal care items. So that's just not on food, y'all. That's just on everything that I feel, water filters, things that I feel was necessary for my family, like the portable heater that we have, bottled water, like the butane that we have, canning supplies. So that's all of that. I would say probably like $7,000 to $8,000, $7,000 to $9,000. I would say $7,000 to $9,000, $7,000 to $8,000, probably like mid eights. But yeah, definitely a lot of money, y'all. I will say, even though that's a lot of money, I'm blessed that we're able to do that. Yeah, I don't want to get into that because I'll start crying, just because a lot of people are having a really hard time and are struggling right now. So I'm not going to cry on YouTube. So I'm going to move along to the next question. There is another question. Can you check out Aint Be Kitchen on YouTube? Sweetheart, I have checked out that channel and I have actually subscribed. So I will leave that for you guys just in case you are interested in checking out that channel. It is called Aint Be Kitchen, AINT, the letter B, and then kitchen. So yeah, I've linked that for people to see. And I think another question, it was on here because I remember writing it down before. Somebody asked, was my husband Caucasian? I told y'all to ask anything, so that was one of the questions I got. And yes, he is. Well, yes and no. My husband is Caucasian. He's white, y'all. I'm gonna say white. I know Caucasian is the proper term, y'all. That's just like saying African American for a black person. Y'all, I am black and black. That's it. That's all. So my husband is half white. He's also half Native American. If you guys are familiar with like the Native Americans in North Carolina, one of the Native Americans are Lumbee Indians. And so he is part, He's part white and part Lumbee Indian. So yes, my husband is white, but he is half white. So yeah, I think that's all, y'all. If you guys have any more questions, definitely drop those below. Thank you as always for taking the time to watch my videos. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you have any other content ideas that you guys would like for me to do, any videos that you want me to do or that you would like to see, make sure to leave those below. And until the next video, I will see you guys soon. I hope that each and every one of you guys has a very happy new year, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching.